And Gabriel Shang was there. Now, Robert Evans, I didn't realize he had a connection to Robert Evans, who also has a connection to Larry Flint. Is all that in your book about
the connection?
Is Evans in your book?
Just a little bit in that story where, Forçade has a meeting with him at Evans' home, and kind of Forçade sits down and places a vial of cocaine on the center of the coffee table, but doesn't offer it. He just sort of lets Evans look at it and salivate over it. A lot of, he played a lot of games. He was really into head trips. So he was always making things a little more maybe uncomfortable than they had to be.
Yeah, which was like a pattern among that whole bunch. And Abby Hoffman too had the same depression, seasonal depression, and the same kind of presence. And Dana we discussed too. But now I think I had mentioned Larry Flint and Hustler, and you had something to say.
Oh, I think you were saying there were connections between Robert Evans and Larry Flint, and I was going to say there were so many. Definitely was the kind of book where you need index cards and string, and to have your board of what's connected to what. There's also some connections between Larry Flint. There are. I don't know if you've ever heard of Mitch Werbel, the arms dealer.
Oh yeah. We've covered all that here. We've covered all that here.
He was connected to a guy named Ken Bernstein, who Forçade was in business with in smuggling.
Oh, really?
So there are just, I had to draw the line with I could only get so much into the Bay of Pigs connections in this book, but it all I was dizzy from how many things fed into other things, and I tried to lay it out as simply as possible, because that's a whole world that you can get really tied up in.
Yeah, fascinating stuff. Larry Flint's bodyguard, Bill Menser, actually did a murder involving Robert Evans. Yeah, and Bill Menser listens to the show, by the way. Okay, he's a fan of the show. We did a show about him, and he loves us. Okay, what else haven't I asked you, man? We got about 3 minutes left. What else haven't I asked you you really want the audience to know about? I got to get this book. Yeah,
I recommend everybody read this book. There's a lot in here that I think is relevant to, things that are going on in the world today about media objectivity. There's a lot about First Amendment press rights. Actually, Forçade had a case for press credentials that was used as precedent in CNN's case against Donald Trump's administration when Jim Acosta couldn't get press rights. They used Tom Forçade's case to win that. There's a lot about the Fourth and Fifth Amendments, and there's a lot about just people fighting, people of similar political persuasions who are not trusting each other, accusing each other, and not really working together. That I think in 2023 is really is hugely relevant.
Yeah, such a different world. Such a different world. Sean Howe, you could find Sean Howe on his website, SeanHowe.com. That's spelled Howe. By the way, he's on Blue Sky, too. He's got 1,000 followers on Blue Sky. I don't know how he pulled that off. But you can find him on Sean Howe and Blue Sky. I got 5. I got 5 followers on Blue Sky.
I got in early.
Yeah, I'm sure you did, man. Twitter, you could find him on Twitter, Sean Howe on Twitter. And this book we've been talking about, okay, it's called Agents of Chaos, Thomas King Forçade, High Times and the Paranoid Ends of the 70s. I'm sure we haven't covered everything, but if you just want to check out the first chapter, it's in the Rolling Stone. Very well written, man. Covers there's a lot of meat in there right there. He's written another book called The Untold Story about Marvel Comics. So check that out too as well. You want to meet him in person? Hey, meet him in person. Bring a pie. Throw a pie at Sean Howe in memory of Tom Forçade, who invented the pie throwing, by the way, before Aaron Kay. October 2nd, Los Angeles, 7 p.m., Stories Book and Cafe. And then also to October 6th in Phoenix. at the Changing Hands Bookstore, October 10th. This guy's flying all over the place. Diamond Hollow Books in Andes, New York. Sean Howe, thank you so much.
Thank you. So great to talk to you.
Great stuff, man. Great stuff. I'm really looking forward to reading this book. SeanHowe.com. Good night, my friend.